Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Trang. I'm a board certified dermatologist. This is part 3 of 3 in the history of sunscreen. So in part 3, we're going to talk about how we came to, or scientists come to develop ingredients for sunscreen. Let's start in 1906, where two brilliant chemists used the inspiration from a chemical found in flowering plants. This is actually something called oxybenzone or benzophenone 3, and this is a sunscreen ingredient that we still use to this very day. In the 1930s, the founder of L'Oreal, Eugene Schuller, was the first to sell and package something called ombre solaire. This was actually used to tan the skin, but it did have some filtering effects. Although not the best for sun protection, the concept was there. Also in the 1940s, we're looking at Dr. Rothman here, but he and his partner, Dr. Ruin, developed something called PABA or p-aminobenzoic acid. So we still use this ingredient in sunscreen to this very day, thanks to this gentleman and his partner. And as we evolved also around in the 1940s, the US Army also commissioned a top secret project to develop something called the red veterinary petrolatum. This was used to help their soldiers in the desert or on life rafts to protect their skin from intense sunburns. Interestingly, also in the 1940s, we had a Swiss chemist by the name of Franz Greiter. He was actually burnt on this mountain called Pitzbuin, and then as a result of that, he was inspired to develop the first commercial sunscreen. So you see here how there's been an evolution. In part 1, we learned about the cultural concept of sunscreen. Part 2, we learned about the evidence of how the sun can injure the skin and lead to the importance of sunscreen. In part 3, we're learning about the ingredients of sunscreen and how it evolved to be today. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!